Morning, everyone. Think should be live. Here's hoping. Welcome to the mess. Morning, Johnny. How are you? How's it going, MT? Just missing Franco from the roll call. Let me just set up this mouse so I can have some control. I think that's in. There's Franco. Good morning. Probably early afternoon for you. And a little bit later afternoon for Johnny. Oh. Minimized OBS. There we go. It's kind of dangerous clicking randomly. So, how's everyone today? We should be finishing the Voron today. We'll see how long it actually takes, but we should be finishing it. I also started printing the Nevermore filter. I don't know if you can see the text over there. This is made out of PETG. Oh, it's 1300 o'clock. Oh yeah, it's true. I moved my time forward, but Europe does it at the end of the month. I forgot about that. So yeah, anyways, I printed this in PETG on the Elegoo Neptune 4 Max. So this is not its final form, but apparently it can hold up to the chamber temperatures. We'll see. So yeah, there's another piece that goes on top of this that is that takes carbon. So yeah, it's 8 fracking a.m. here, so I mean that's not far, right? So yeah, I do want to print ABS ASAP. So I do have the parts that go in here coming from AliExpress, and apparently you got to chop up a fan like crazy. You basically have to destroy a fan and glue it into the middle here. So that's the plan. And then you put magnets on here, and then the other part fits on top. So yeah, that is that. All right, so we are building the top hat this morning. So we need the B extrusions and the J extrusions. The Dan plan destroy stuff. I'm not destroying anything. Dan with a fan has a plan. Yes, I do. Okay, so 4 B extrusions. I think that's pretty much all that's left here. 1, 2, 3, and then the one with tape. Number 4. And then 4 J extrusions. 1. 2. I don't know where the other ones are. I swear I have more than 2 J extrusions. Uh-oh. Did they fall? What's this? Oh, that's for the corner bracket. I was using 2 to prop up the machine. I actually don't know where the extrusions went. Huh. This is a small problem that's quickly turning into a large problem. Well then. Here's the chainmail. Friend of mine from England has made and sent. So you guys can stare at my logo while I... Where... It must have fallen. It just must have. Stuff falls off my desk all the time because when you shuffle things around to fit more stuff on, it just falls. But where could they have fallen that I can't see them? I can see some PCBs that have fallen. Well, this could be a non-starter this morning. I was not expecting to have lost my extrusions. Yes, please everyone. Subscribe, share, like, hit live chat. Oh, there they are. Maybe I should clear all these parts bags. This one still has parts in it. By the way, the second camera is at a spot where we'll be able to watch the printer. So yeah, we can't see the parts from the top now, but we can definitely see the printer. So if we get to a point where we're building, where we're ready to print, well then we'll be able to watch it. Just gonna get rid of some of this plastic stuff. So that's great. I didn't put away all the screws. So now they're going to be a little bit scattered everywhere. Hate finding parts bag with parts in them. No idea what they're for. I think I know what they're for. We shall see. Okay. Now we do M3 by 10. I don't think these are them. I think these are M3 by 8 and M3 by 6. M310 are these. I need to preload some nuts. Preload nuts will be on the top side. The sides facing out when they get assembled. Okay, so M3 by 10 I need 8. 4, 5. It does look pretty good, huh? It's, if you, sometimes in here, gentleman by the name of Matt Biggs comes in. That was his creation. He does it as a hobby. But he's English, so I don't know if you know, maybe he had a long lost ancestor used to make chainmail for England. I have no idea. We're gonna have to not forget about these nuts now. These nuts. You might have to have a word with him. Okay. Well, he does show up in chat. He usually just pops in because he's working. So I don't know if he'll be here today. And last one. We'll just have to not forget these nuts. So we need a bunch of nuts. We need 4 times 4 is 16. Sixteen of these nuts. All right. Well, starting very well. Oh no. It's not going to be one of these days where I don't have any dexterity, is it? It is morning and I haven't had my coffee yet, so here it goes. There we go. Okay. By the way, the next couple of weeks should be a little bit less busy. And I do mean a little bit less busy. Except that in 2 weekends, I'm going to be very busy for the whole weekend. But that's okay. I'm going to be earning some money. Be doing a tire swap weekend for my mechanic's job. That, and I have a PCB ready. So I'm going to try to get it done before the end of the month, and then I'll have a little bit of extra money for tax time. Should have done my taxes last month, but it's due next month, so it's not like it's due immediately, but I've been avoiding it because it's going to drain my bank account. Makers Fest in May. Interesting. Are you going to go? J extrusions. Okay, so they have to be the up and outside. Wait, I gotta make sure they actually have, okay, yeah, the drilled holes on that side and that side. I have to hold this at a weird angle. Oh yeah, this doesn't fit. You're going for sure, awesome. Which, what's the Maker Festival called? Looking at a house next weekend. Buying that would be draining the bank account. Yeah, that would do it. You know, when we bought our house here, it was never explained to us how many fees and stuff you have to pay out that would be associated with buying a house. It's a pretty intense process. But I mean, it's exciting too. Like it's not all bad. At some point, I'm gonna have to move. Mississippi Makers Fest. Okay. That's good. So I know at some point I'm gonna have to move because this place is really small. And we hate the location, pretty much. Because our neighbors just let the cats poop all over our property. And our neighbors are constantly smoking. So we have a backyard that we don't use because it's always just reeks of cigarettes. So at some point we're going to want to move. It's just when will we be able to afford it, right? That's the only question. The housing market here in Ottawa is so messed. So we're going to make some money on selling the house, but then we're going to spend more than that money on a new house. You know what I mean? There we go. Hey, Vero. All right, so this has to be the outside because it has these nuts. This is the top because it also has these nuts. So this has to follow the same logic, like this. Prices here are down 20%. But do you have a house already? Like, are you using the equity of your house? Way too much house, and we'll be able to find what we want. Yeah. You rent an apartment. Oh, okay, so this is exciting. You're going to be owning property. So yes, this is the right time for you. 100% time to get in there. Right. If you rent an apartment, where do you store your Mustangs when they inevitably break? Mustangs in a barn. Ah, okay. Stressed and super busy. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what's going on there. Having trouble following the flow of the conversation. That's because I'm in top chat. Get out of here. No live chat. And a cellar for your machines. Yeah, a house will have a garage and a cellar. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, if we ever win the lottery, we want a much bigger house on a much bigger property. Some property to have big projects would be awesome. Because like right now, I'll give you an example. Love a basement, which just don't have much here. Yeah, the U.S. South, that's true. I'll give you an example here. Like my car is disabled at the moment. My Volvo, no worky. But there's a manual transmission S60 Volvo, which I could buy. It's available on the used market. I could buy it and tear all the manual transmission parts out and install them all into my Volvo. So this car would be the donor car, and then I could have the parts to fix my Volvo. Now he wants like a lot of money, but I mean the thing is I can't even go and negotiate with him because the truth is I have no space already. There's no room. So like even if I did buy this car, I'd have no room to do the swap. Like, I have no physical like property space. It'd have to be like I'd have to park it on the street, and I don't think bylaw will appreciate that. Stop building houses with cellars here in the 80s. Cellars as in basements or what? I don't know if this is uneven because of something I did, but or my bench. This is the way it's going to go. Yeah, basement. Yeah, I'd love to convert my car to manual transmission. The deal right now is that cars are so expensive that even if I spend $5,000-$6,000 on fixing my Volvo to have it last, let's say, 3-4 more years, that would be a really good deal. Where I've been looking for like over 6 months, and to find a car to last me, 3-4 years is like 10,000, not 6,000. Okay, so M3 by 10. So we have to pick where the front is. Let's say this way. M3x10 button head cap screws, the bottom of the J extrusions for locking to the printer frame. And then use this as a guide. And these are M3x10. So yeah, it's pretty insane what the amount of work needed to get my car together. I did get some bolts for the stand. I'm getting closer and closer to rebuilding my transmission. It's not very motivating when it snowed overnight, so there's snow outside. But even if I rebuild my transmission, I'm not sure how long it'll last. Am I supposed to like Loctite? Thread locker. Oh, it does say Loctite. Dang it. I did have a piece of plastic that I ruined. Oh well, here's another one. Ooh. Okay, put that Loctite in. That's way too much Loctite. Yeah, it only needs a drop. That's okay. There we go. And that will eventually harden. It'll take longer to harden because Loctite, it hardens anaerobically. My place in Alaska had a huge basement, best setup I've ever had, but it was close to 60 by 60. Very nice. Well, it's about 3 feet per meter. So that would be 20 by 20. Does that make sense? In terms of meters? Done that. Okay, verify. 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2, 2, 2, 2. We're good. All right, so now we're gonna be doing the plastic on the top. So you lived in Alaska, just like another maker lived in Alaska. What's up with you Alaskans? So we need 4 corner pieces. We need this guy. And then we need 4 corner pieces. I don't know which corner pieces. 3. So there's some with just one direction of chamfer. So I'm guessing it's those. Look at my lights. There and there. What size screws? M3 by 8. Oops. I keep knocking the second camera. So why'd you ever leave Alaska? It seemed like you had a really nice spot. Was it the aliens? It was probably the aliens, right? That's why you left? If anyone's seen The Fourth Kind. Three-year military tour. Oh, I didn't know you were in the military. What position were you in? I don't know very many. I know the ones that fly the planes. I know the ones that drive the tanks. I know the ones that fly the drones. Yes, that's feet. One is feet, two is inches. And if you're an engineer, one is minutes, the other one is seconds. $18 by $18. Yeah, see, I guessed 20 by 20. Air Force, I was with a K9 handler, air traffic controller. I know two Very different occupations. Nice. How'd you like being in the chair force, as we call them here in Canada? Most of our chair force fly a mahogany bomber, aka the desk. Okay. Let's tighten these down. Pension check every month since you were 38. So chair force or not has definitely paid off. Oh yeah, I didn't mean that as an insult. Or maybe it is an insult. I don't know. I'm just going by what I've heard about what they're called. Maybe it's an insult from other departments, you know, ragging on you. I don't actually know. I know nothing of the military. I have a good, I guess an ex-good friend of mine. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in years. Who was in the Canadian military. I was not taking. Okay, good. Good. You know, politics aside, you still need to make a living. So, you know, it's still a job, and you still had to work to put food on the table. All right, so there we go. That's a weird. Oh, wait, you want me to actually go look at the house? You're going to dox yourself like that? Because you know that the chat is going to stay live, right? People will know your secrets. Okay, so these corners, I have flat-sided corners. Everything is public in Sweden. Okay. Which onto I press Johnny to accept the cookies. Oh, which one do you press to accept cookies? I mean, if anyone wants to send me cookies, I'll eat them. I'm a big fan of cookies. So what info do you need to find someone's information. Because, like, I am friends with a Swedish fellow who keeps very private, and as far as I know, he's very much anonymous. I don't know what he's doing differently. The name is enough. Okay, I don't have his name. He didn't. I might know. No, yeah, I don't know his real name. I mean, Franco, I hate to break it to you, but the sites that don't warn you are still, they're just doing it illegally. Like, every freaking site uses cookies. You can hit on the on the address bar, if you're using Chrome, there's a translate option. Oh no, my chainmail. If you don't know, you're fine with it? Okay. Well, as long as you're fine with it. All right, so these guys now. Build. I know car is bil in Swedish. That doesn't seem like it took. Delete your comment before the stream is over. No, I think he doesn't mind, because I think the problem is he goes by, because Johnny goes by his actual name on YouTube, and he's saying that if you have someone's actual name in Sweden, it's public. It's easy to find public info on them, because all the info is public. Volvo might be Latin, but my personal Volvo is italic because it ain't working. I mean, I think a certain level of publicness is nice, especially like we're a little bit in a internet troll epidemic, so a little bit less anonymity wouldn't be a horrible thing, but at the moment I do enjoy my anonymity. Although I will say, it's looking like the odds of me ever getting college tenure are like next to nil. So the reasons for me to stay private are getting smaller and smaller. I can check your income? Oh, now. Now you've now you've caught my intrigue. I want to know what a dev makes in Sweden. Not these. I need the opposite side. Yeah, that might be too public for sure. Oh, if you refresh, you can get, like if there were likes, it doesn't always refresh. So if you refresh your stream, you might see that there's more likes. I don't have the stats up at the moment because it doesn't matter. Like these streams is to hang out with you guys, so it doesn't matter how many people are watching. So I don't even look. Same income as every other small business owners. We don't pay state taxes under a specific amount, so most of us use that amount. So that's me. We also don't pay state taxes as a small business owner, like my YouTube channel, under a certain amount. However, it's not because I'm staying under that amount. It's because I couldn't possibly earn enough on YouTube at the moment to have to pay state taxes. So federal only, but still federal taxes is like, it's like 30%. It's expensive. And I know I'm not going to get into a taxation fight with a European because you guys have fairly high taxes too. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I wouldn't trade I wouldn't trade the high taxes for like privatized healthcare, that's for sure. Not interested in that. Local tax, 32%. Okay, I mean, it's just federal, basically income tax. Actually, I pay provincial income tax because that has to go to like healthcare and services like that. So I do have to pay that, but I don't pay that out on my business earnings in principle. I pay that out on my income, which I guess my business earnings have to do with my income because my business is how I make income, but I don't, you basically pay your tax two times if you pay provincial from your business. So I don't know how much it ends up being because it's staggered, but I think it's about 30%. Going to wash your hair, needs it, back in about half an hour. All right. State tax is 50%, only applies to amounts over the limit. Oh, see, this is the dumb part. Here, if you go over the limit, you pay the extra. So my state tax here is HST. So you pay HST, harmonized sales tax, essentially, at all amounts. So you have to collect it. See, in principle, the way it's supposed to work is let's say YouTube pays me AdSense, right? So any income, including AdSense, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to charge YouTube an additional 13% here in Ontario when you make above 30 grand of income, of any income, not any one source, like total income. So you're supposed to charge YouTube for 13% for services rendered. It's like YouTube has to pay those taxes to the government, but you charge them and then you send it to the government. So you bill YouTube and then you send the government the 13% you collected from YouTube. However, YouTube, there is no way in hell they're paying 13% more. So I have to pay 13% of what they give me to the government, no matter what. Are these like not threading in? They're like threading to the extrusions. Is this M3 or M2? M3. That's weird. So this didn't actually go in. So yeah, so PCBWay, for example, it's like if PCBWay came to the Simple Electronics store, right? If you go to the Simple Electronics store, some of the store's price, right, of your items would be additional, like it's price plus the taxes. So in Europe, it's all included. Here in Canada, it's not. It's not all included. So it would be like, you know, PCBWay hired me to make a video for $100, just an example. And so I would have to charge them $113 and give $13 to the provincial government. That's how it works. However, if I go to PCBWay and say, oh yeah, so you know, I earned too much money this year, so I have to charge you 13% more. I have to charge you 13% more because I need to give that to the government. PCBWay will tell me, we have an agreement for this amount of money. What you do with your money, that's your problem. Right? Like, I think they'd be nicer about it than that, but I'm just saying, like, that would be totally within their right. So that means that if ever I do hit that threshold, as a YouTuber, I will just lose 13% of my income. Because like if I ran a corner store, for example, well, all my patrons, they know that they'll have to pay taxes on that. So they know a chocolate bar, if a chocolate bar has a price tag of $1, that means they are actually paying $1.13. I mean, it's just what it is. But like, yeah, PCBWay is not going to be like, no, I'm not giving you 13% more. So yeah, effectively, all my income sources will be taxed additionally at 13% that I'll have to send to the provincial government. And that dollar amount that I have to hit is 30,000 Canadian dollars in a 4-quarter period. That amount has been the same amount since the late 80s. So people who started businesses in the late 80s, small businesses, they could make a living wage without paying provincial tax. Here in Canada, now, this this period of time, that is not a living wage. Now, they still have to pay federal tax, so I'm not saying that, but yeah, that 13% has to be collected. So, and that includes any income. So if I receive stuff from, hold on a sec, let's just do this side. Yeah, let's do the, oh, this might have been a mistake. Hang on. Top hat. Yeah, the rear panel is different. So I did all this for nothing. Not all of this. Okay, these two are wrong. Okay, let's fix that. So yeah, so if Keysight, for example, you know how Keysight sent me a scope? And the scope was worth, I don't know, I don't remember, like $400 or something like that, $300. If they would have sent me one of their Balling $30,000 scopes, right? Let's say it's been collecting dust in their offices, and they're like, let's surprise Dan and send him a $30,000 oscilloscope. Well, that oscilloscope counts as income. So I would have had to pay 13% taxes on that, on top of the 30% income tax I already pay on it. Right, so everything I get sent by companies, I pay income tax on at the end of the year because it's an income. Getting sent free products is considered income in Canada. So that's why when like a company sends me something, let's say they want to send me something. Hang on, I just want to check if I have pieces with flat backs. I don't. Okay. So if a company wants to send me something, I'm really not interested in it, and you know the price tag is kind of high, I definitely say no. Because why would I want to pay 30% tax on it if I don't want it? It goes up pretty high in the picture. These things don't slide very well because the bolts like grip the extrusions. I don't know where that sits. Looks like it's touching here. I mean, that would make sense, right? Yeah, yeah, I mean, the tax laws here have not, and I would say most places have not been updated for the YouTube world. They err on the side of caution towards the government because so many people have tried to cheat their way to not pay taxes. And so, yeah, so here's the dumb part. If I buy, here, yeah, let me do this. If I buy a product for $30,000, so let's say it's a super rare mineral, right? I get a really good deal on it. I pay $30,000 for it. Okay, that's an expense. So you don't pay taxes on expenses. Then I find a buyer for that. I find a buyer for that mineral, and he pays me $35,000. So I did like very little work, and I earned how much money? How much money do I have left in my bank account now? Answer me that, chat. So I bought a mineral, super rare mineral, let's say like neodymium or something, for $30,000, and then I just turned around and flipped it right away for $35,000. How much profit do I have? How much money do I have left in my bank account in that case? If it's a private purchase, no. If the person who sold it is doing it for business income, then he has to pay that 13%. But in this case, I paid 30 grand for it, and I sold it for 35. So how much money do I have left in my bank account? I have $5,000 left in my bank account, right? Because $35,000 is what $30,000 is what I paid, and I got $35,000 to sell it. So I have $5,000 left in my bank account. So according to the business rules here in Ontario, that first sale, I would have to charge 13% sales tax on. So I would then have 30 days to apply for a business number, like a HST number, and then I'd have to pay out 13% of what I received. So if I got $35,000 for it, 13% of that 35, the gross income, has to be paid out to the government. Now, I only pay federal income tax on the profit, the 5,000. But that 5,000 is already eaten up. Like, hang on, let's see what's 13% of 35 grand. Let's do the math here. So 35, 1, 2, 3 times 0.13. So I paid $4,550 in taxes from that sale. But because my gross profit is 5,000, I have to pay 30% income tax on that 5,000. So how much is my profit then? In the negative. So in order to actually bring home money from this deal, this theoretical deal that I just made up, I would have to sell it at way more than $35,000. Isn't that crazy? That's just how businesses work. Like here, well, pretty much everywhere. Unless you have no, like I could incorporate a company and then their assets are completely separate to my assets, so then the company could pay out, you know, money to my bank account or whatever, but it's not It's not the same. Okay, for some reason I have a bunch of these with tapered ends. Oh, this one's flat. This one's flat. So which one needs tapered ends? These are tapered, pointy. So there's flipping, as long as you don't do it for a business. So like if you, hang on, let me check my printer. Maybe I put some of these in the wrong spots. Corner, tapered, and straight, tapered, that's tapered. Yeah, I think they just didn't send the right amounts of stuff. Whatever. I'm over it. Yeah, as long as you don't do it as a business, like you don't claim deductions and whatever. Like private sales are not taxed. But if you want to be able to claim losses, it has to be a business. And in principle, I don't know, I guess it gets blurry. The lines get blurry, I guess. I guess if you're flipping, I guess if you're buying for the express purpose of reselling, then you have to claim the taxes on that. Okay, this doesn't fit. It has to be flat and not tapered, or else it doesn't fit. Or maybe there's a different, oh, there's a different spacing. Oh, hello. So this actually goes, I thought they were symmetrical, but this goes here. Yeah, if you buy for your personal use, like let's say you buy, I don't know, say you buy a car and then you drive it for a year and then you sell it, that's not taxed. If you buy cars, the thing is too is how much you can prove. Because if you're gonna have to, if you get audited, you're gonna have to justify it. You're gonna have to say, like, even me here on the channel, I have to justify the purchases I put down as like, why are they a business purchase if I get audited? You can't just like buy whatever you want and I think Linus from Linus Tech Tips said it the best. Like, he said, like, if you think my personal pool at home is a business expense because we filmed videos there, that would never pass an audit. Never, ever. He said, there is no way. So what you can do is he could bill the company for, you know, renting the house for the day to film the video. But he says it's so much paperwork, he just doesn't care. He just wants to make cool videos. You know what I mean? I think the other deal too is like if you're like flipping little things, like you're buying things on Facebook Marketplace for $5 and then selling them on eBay for like $30 and whatever. If you're making like little bits of money, you're technically supposed to report that, but I mean, who's gonna know? Like, I think the government has bigger fish to fry than someone just flipping little items. It's when you start earning a living from it that becomes like, it's obvious then. But even so, I mean, you can get audited for little amounts. I've heard of people getting audited, and they got like they have to go through like this massive process of jumping through hoops, providing paperwork and all sorts of stuff like that to the government, and then finally the government's like, okay, so result of your audit, we owe you $5 extra, and then they get a check for $5 that takes like a year to come in. That's the thing, though, that it is what it is. Do I have extra clips? No, that'll be it. Just gonna put this to shim it a little bit. So yeah, it is what it is. I think the sales tax is stupid. Like they tax you on your gross income, or you owe of your gross income, because you're technically supposed to charge all your customers for it. But it's like, how am I supposed to do that? How am I going to tell YouTube that they have to pay me 13% more of my AdSense revenue? How are you going to like negotiate with like PCBWay and then be like, oh yeah, the amount is 13% higher than we negotiated? Yeah, I can see the viewers are up from talking taxes. I don't know. I think it was Johnny Bergdahl's presence in the chat that attracted people. I will say, though, the YouTube Maker live streams are very lacking. There's like none. Welcome back. Now that Franco's back in the chat, now that people will come flocking to the channel. I don't know why, I'm like extremely hungry this morning. Come on. There we go. Got it. Bloody Walker. Well, when they realize that you're the heir to the crisp fortune, then they'll stay. You can't say chips because then they will know you're not British. Talk about Walkers. So weird. These it's like these extrusions are off a little because the bolts are like chewing into the sides. Who knows, Franco? You might get an email from some lawyer saying, you know, someone rich died and now you have to go to a will reading or something, and then there you go. You'll have enough money for as many reel-to-reels as you can possibly have. All right, last chunk of acrylic. We really didn't need to do this, I don't think, this part before the print, especially since I would print in PLA, but whatever. Oh, by the way, I spoke to the seller about the fact that they don't have the CHC V6 like their ad said. And they argued at first that this was a better hot end. And I said, okay, but that's not the point. First of all, I don't know if it's a better hot end, but it doesn't heat from around the entire block. So I do know that. But I said the point is I have parts, replacement parts for the CHC V6 here, like nozzles, and I don't have that same stuff for the TZ V6. And I also said they didn't give me rear panels should be opposite so that the screws. Huh? Place the rear acrylic panel on in place and secure panel clips, VHB. The rear panels needs to be opposite the, oh, the side that has the screws. Okay, yeah. Loosely attached, we'll finalize the vertical in the next step. Okay, that's fine. M3 by 12. Okay, so yes, so I was saying that, and I said also, you gave me M3 washers, whereas the Voron team calls for shims. In your bill of materials, you say that you have shims. They're not shims, they're washers. And I said, all this, it doesn't really upset me, but if you were clear on what you had, then I would have known, and I would have just ordered the correct parts beforehand. And they apologized. They said, we can offer you a $20, I'm assuming it's US dollar, it's hard to say, a $20 refund, but don't tell anyone. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'm making a YouTube video on this shit. Like, there's not going to be any of this not telling anyone stuff. I think it's pretty common that they want you to not give them a bad review or whatever if they had a fuck up for whatever reason. But still, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then they said, well, whatever, we'll take care of you, is what they said. So, you know, would you accept $20? And I'm sure, I'll accept $20. You know, whatever, because like the point is, it's what's done is done. But then I'm like, but I'm not taking it now because I'm not done building this whole thing. So there might be other stuff to complain about. Okay, so this is weird. No, this part is weird. So this is on. I know the camera's not high enough. This is on. But here, oh my God, everything's in the way. Oh, Jesus. This thing's heavy. All right. So they have these latches. It looks like you need a giant Allen key to turn them, to get these bolts to go down in there. I don't know what the deal is with that. Let me go back to here. Okay, so the black plastic piece that I was using to align the screws, where is that? Here, works as a key. Which, there's the B. It can't be here. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's this side? No. No. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? I guess I have drivers, but that is dumb. You're gonna have to print something. That is a dumb design. Why would I want to have to use a tool to open this? Isn't the whole point for it to be convenient? Looks like it's a 5mm hex. It's not a 5mm hex. That doesn't fit in there. That is not good design. There has to be something I'm missing here, because that is horrible design. Unless you're just supposed to leave it unlocked. I don't know. Okay, so that's sitting down on there. Now we have to adjust the hinges. Yeah, this camera angle is not that great, isn't it? You can see my workbench there. Well, here, let's lock down. Where did I even put? Why does this need a tool? Why have you done this? Okay, 4.5 can't apply any pressure. Oh, 5 fits in there. You gotta, oh my God, you have to push hard. Okay, that seems to be locked in there. Oh, no, that doesn't fit. What the heck, man? That's loose. That's tight. But now the door doesn't fit. Oh my God, sorry. Whacked you guys in the face. Oh, this one's still loose. Probably because it's not even in the nut. So that's actually as high as it goes. Okay, that is tight on the top now. Oh, jeez. This thing weighs a ton. Now I have to adjust. We have to adjust the height of these hinges. You guys can't see anything. And the thing is, they don't adjust well because the screws bind in the extrusion. And if I loosen them totally, if I loosen them completely, the nuts will fall off. Nice power strip. Yeah, you like that, huh? Me too. You need a nice, I've got a couple actually. There's another one past the machine. Yeah, weird camera angle. I know. Is that a car key? Oh yeah, this one? That's my Volvo key. It's my spare. I know you shouldn't show keys on stream, but whatever. Come steal my Volvo, please. It's worth more to the insurance company than it is to me. Okay, and now we need M something by something. M3 by 12. BHCS. And does it thread? They thread directly into plastic. That does not seem like a good idea. Come on, Voron team. Thought you were better than that. Why didn't we make a hinge with a heat set insert? Don't we have precedent for that? Tighten this one. Tighten this one. I gotta work on the other side. You just can't see the chat from this workbench. I might need to put my, there we go, my monitors on the other bench over that way behind the camera, but I should put it over that way so I can see it from both benches. That's loose. That's loose. Trying to lever this down. You guys can't see anything. See if I can move that out of the way. Move this way. At least you can see something, although not much. I need to look down the hole there. I can't see anything. Hopefully it's going in. There we go. That goes in. Put your smartwatch back on. Heart rate 145. Stress levels can't be measured. Blood pressure high and oxygen levels low. Uh-oh. Breathe, my friend. I think I would have much rather they put a heat sink, a heat set insert and a counter nut to lock it. Okay, so this doesn't open because of the lock. If we open this, I don't know which way is unlocked. This way? Great. Ran out of Z height here. So that works. Comes down, sorta. Then you gotta use a 5mm hex to lock it into place. Weird. Gotta say, not a fan of that design. But maybe I don't need to open this. Maybe this doesn't open very often. But anyways, I believe the build is done. Let's see what's next. Also thinking of taking painkiller for your back. Damn, that sucks. Okay. Yeah, so that's definitely not a key. Assembly complete. That's it. Okay, so we are going to do the first power on. Let's just see what happens when you power it on. How about that? Yeah, lots of extra parts left over. I haven't even wired the LED inside the bed yet. I guess we could do that if you guys really care about it. We're going to have to do some bed leveling. All sorts of things. So let me drop that. Let's open up Brave. Yeah. Pin this. Back to Elgato. Yeah, I have lots of extra parts. What is this? That's the Voron in umbilical. Oh, here's all the tabs I have. Okay. So there's a Cybor. By the way, they invited me to their Discord server, and then I saw there's a link to this part in the R0 upgrade folder on GitHub. And then you scroll down and look what they have. Scroll down. Scroll down. Oh, wait, they had somewhere. I'm looking for it now, but they had the instructions on the frickin' Kirigami bed. How am I supposed to know what the hell to do? Like, how to get here? And there's another supplementary manual, another supplementary. Like, it's insane the amount of, like, areas you have to go to. Oh, I think this was it. Hold on. No, this is what we looked at together. So this doesn't have the info. Nope. Oh, look. ADXL install. Why is there an ADXL install now, after all this? Like, you know what I mean? Here's another supplementary. They're like, oh, look, bonuses, yay. Here's another supplementary. Mind the switch orientation, yeah. Here's update for CNC metal parts. Don't have that, don't have that. Here, the ADXL installed before. So I don't have the ADXL installed at the moment. This paperwork, whatever. This is all stuff we're going to have to go through today. No, where is it? See, there was a place where you could find the Kirigami bed. These are STLs. I have no idea. I found it because there's a link on their thing. Cyber Voron 0.2 supplementary update guide. So yeah, now I can't even find it anymore. And look, this just loads and loads, like, ah, oh, frustrating. And I was like, oh, I was wrong. The supplementary info is there. But now, like, look, I'm looking for it. I don't even know where it is. It's, like, annoying. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a pain to install the wiring. Let's see. Actually, it will be a pain to install. Where does it go? Hang on. Okay, yeah, so here, unable to render code block. So just download it. This is the second time I download this. So it's not that one. This is metal parts. Nothing. That's nothing to do with us. Electronics and wiring. So they're looking at the fans and stuff. This says nothing. ADXL mount. Nope. Again. So nothing. I won't install the LEDs right now. Because I'm thinking it might have to go. Hang on. There. It goes on the umbilical, which worries me. There's a freaking bug down here. Squish, dead. Which worries me because that means it has to come through the cable chain. I'll have to install it some other time. All right, so let's follow the instructions here. I haven't read any of this, by the way. Okay, link Wi-Fi with SSH. Are you freaking kidding me? I have to connect it by USB? Are you kidding me? They want me to open this back up. Open this back panel up and run a USB from here to a PC. And you have to download PuTTY. Are you absolutely kidding me? This is what I'm reading. Actually, let's do here. So they say, after the mainboard is wired, we need to use some methods to connect the mainboard and configure Wi-Fi. Before starting this step, we need to download the PuTTY software, online disk in advance, or download it directly from Baidu. Use USB Type-C. Why do they make you do this once it's connected? Why didn't they tell you this before? This is dumb. So I was not prepared for this, I have to say. I don't think I'll be doing this today. I feel like I have to set all this up beforehand. After waiting a few minutes, it'll look like the picture above. Enter NMTUI and press enter. Select the second screen, put all this stuff, also Wi-Fi key. Oh my God. Let me be clear on what I'm feeling right here. I am not upset that I have to do this. Not at all. These are DIY printers and you put together pieces yourself. That's fine. What I am upset at is that they're making you do this after everything is already in there. It's in. It's wired. It's already done. It's behind here. It's in there. There you can see my workbench. There's my workbench. There's you. There you are. So it's in there. It's in this. It's inside all this stuff. Look at all this wiring. This has all been done. This is the dumbest thing ever. You know how the Elegoo handled this? You know how the Elegoo handled the Wi-Fi? They had a screen that asked you your Wi-Fi credentials. Once you put your Wi-Fi credentials in, it told you its IP, and then you just connect to it in a browser. No, it doesn't. Not according to this. No, it doesn't do it, well, see you guys. It doesn't do it any of the common ways that people do this. It wants you to connect to USB-C, and then it wants you to download PuTTY. Well, the thing is, these are the instructions for this specific board, MT. So because this specific board has already been programmed, this is how it works. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll plug it in. I'll do that. Maybe it'll explode, and then we'll have to deal with it at all. Here's what I'm thinking, is that I think we might just, oh yeah, and I have this cable to do that with, so I'll have to put this right next to my PC, because this is like a foot long. Here's what I think the plan will be. I think the plan is oh yeah, oh look, I forgot the USB dongle. Instead of making a board with a USB, with a Wi-Fi built in, they gave you a little freaking USB dongle to plug into the thing, which I forgot to do. So the plan might just be that we reconvene tomorrow morning. I mean, it's frustrating, but what else are we going to do? So here's the IEC cable that they gave me. Oh yeah, and this is the high quality IEC connection. Here, let me see there, the socket right there. See that socket? So I'm gonna plug that in like that. Okay, now let's pull the plug on it. Oh look, it pulls the whole socket out. Very high quality Cybor. All right, let's spin this right round, baby, right round. All right, and there, you guys can see the little screen there. Nothing blew up. Good sign. Power on. Nothing seems to be happening. Oh, I got some LEDs back there. It's doing some blue flashies. Nothing's happening here though. The control board is on. That's not. So I believe the screen's not even configured yet. There's no default configuration for the screen. Well, I hear some fans spinning. This is anticlimactic. So yeah, well, that's safe. Yeah, I know. Well, it's not doing anything. Maybe I'll spin it to the side so you guys can see the LEDs inside. I mean, you won't see much. I don't know if you can see. If I block some light. See the blue hue in there? Like, I knew what I was getting into, that it's DIY stuff, right? I'm just so utterly disappointed with Cybor's collection of DIY stuff. If I had a Raspberry Pi and like a actual control board, it'd be different. Some sort of firmware. No, it doesn't. Well, it does, but you have to connect via SSH and then physically put in your, you have to physically put in your IP address. You have to like change the config file to put the text, plain text of your IP address. Fantastic. Well, considering I'm really hungry and now frustrated, I think we're going to end it here. I was planning on working all day on doing YouTube stuff, so I don't know if I'll get this done today because I really have at least 2 videos to edit ASAP. I want to film the PCBWay video. So, yeah, I think I'm ending it here. I have record viewership, I think. Yeah. But, yeah, really sorry for that disappointment. But it is what it is. See you guys on the next one. So if I get it done today, then I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, Monday. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for being here.